Strange creatures have appeared in chilling footage that even shocked soldiers.
All right, whatever you are, you need to leave.
Some vanish without a trace, while others seem disturbingly aware of the cameras watching them. These encounters leave behind more questions than answers. In April 2024, a ghost hunter's final investigation took a horrifying turn. His video showed him walking through the decayed halls of an abandoned building, his flashlight barely cutting through the darkness. Then, heavy footsteps echoed from outside. Curious, he peered through a window and froze. A massive figure lurked in the shadows, watching. Before he could react, a monstrous being with glowing eyes appeared right in front of him, unleashing a furious growl. The video cut to black, leaving viewers in shock. No one has seen or heard from him since. Some say he was taken, leaving behind only his chilling last moments. Hollow Stalker. Late one evening, a resident heard heavy footsteps echoing across his rooftop. Curious but uneasy, he stepped outside. That's when he saw it. A pinkish, human-like figure crouched on the roof, its elongated limbs twisted at unnatural angles. It had no face, but somehow he knew it was looking at him. The moment their eyes met, the creature moved. It darted across the roof with impossible speed, vanishing over the edge into the darkness. It never returned, but locals know its name. The Hollow Stalker, a being that watches from above, waiting for the right moment to follow. And no one knows what happens to those it chooses. Forest Cryptid. You will never step into the woods at night after this. A Ghostbuster was investigating an old abandoned house in the forest. As he explored the upper floor, he noticed a strange thing, a set of large nails slowly creeping up from the window. Before he could react, a human-like figure dressed in white emerged from the shadows. The moment he locked eyes with it, his instincts kicked in, and he turned and ran. Whatever he had just seen wasn't a ghost. It wasn't human either. Some say he came face to face with a cryptid, a creature that was never meant to be found. Vanished YouTuber. A YouTuber was on a lonely trail at night, hoping to document his journey. Everything seemed normal until his flashlight caught something up ahead. A tall, thin figure stood motionless in the distance. Its empty eyes reflected the light, unblinking. It didn't move, didn't react, just watched. He gripped his camera, trying to steady his breath. The figure's pale, hairless skin looked unnatural. Then it stepped forward. Not fast, not aggressive, just certain. The video was cut off. The YouTuber never posted again. Some say a shapeshifter took him. Others think something worse happened. Crawling horror. On his way home late at night, a local driver saw an unsettling sight, and his dash cam caught it all. A thin, pale creature crawled across the dirt road, its elongated neck stretching unnaturally. It had no fur, no clear features, just smooth, colorless skin. Its movements were slow, yet unnatural, almost as if it didn't belong in this world. The driver didn't wait to find out what it was. He pressed the gas and reversed the car, leaving the weird figure behind. The footage remains, a scary reminder of what lurks in the dark. Miami Monster. This video has been going viral across social media, and for obvious reasons. On January 8th, 2024, in Miami, Florida, a local captured a strange creature crossing the street. It had long, thin arms and legs, moving in an unnatural way. Its shadow stretched across the pavement, making it look even bigger. People online were quick to debate. Some believed it was a monster, while others called it an elaborate hoax. But the real shock came when reports surfaced of the same creature being spotted in other parts of America, chasing people. Whatever it wasn't staying in one place. Forest Watcher. A group of friends were camping in the woods when they heard strange noises. At first, they thought it was an animal, but then they noticed something. A figure was looking at them from behind a tree. But this wasn't a person. A pale, otherworldly figure stood there, only part of its head visible. It didn't move. It didn't blink. It just watched them. They felt it stare, but none of them dared to get closer. Realizing what they were looking at, they didn't wait around and turned back immediately. Strange remains. While wandering through the woods, an explorer stumbled upon something he was never meant to see. Hidden beneath the branches, a humanoid carcass lay lifeless. But this wasn't human. Its skin had a strange, almost artificial texture, and its limbs were oddly proportioned. The sight sent a chill down his spine. Was this an alien? He searched the area for wreckage, expecting to find remnants of a crash. But there was nothing. No signs of a ship. No clues about where it came from. Had it been stranded here, left behind by something or someone? Comment down below. Winged omen. While hiking in the woods, a father and his daughter noticed movement to their left. A tall, winged figure emerged from the trees. Its long limbs and thin, skeletal body looked unnatural, and its grayish skin blended with the snowy landscape. Its massive wings flapped, but it didn't take off. Instead, it glided across the ground, moving fast before disappearing into the trees again. Some believe they saw a lost species. Others insist it was something far more sinister, a sign of something terrible yet to come, just like a harbinger of doom. Rake watches. A camper set up a trail camera near his camp for security, but what it captured was beyond terrifying. A bald figure appeared on a rock just in front of the camp. Its body was unnaturally thin and elongated, making it clear this was no ordinary creature. It was the Rake. Reports say it watches people silently from the darkness, waiting for the right moment. The footage showed it creeping, its hollow eyes fixed on the camp. Some believe it was hunting, ready to go after anyone it saw, but the camper remained unseen. If the creature had noticed him, the outcome could have been much worse. Campus spirit. Students at a university were going about their day, attending classes and sitting outside in the courtyard. Everything seemed normal until one of them noticed something strange. In the distance, someone was staring at them. When they looked closer, they saw a white, ghostly figure. A woman standing completely still, watching them closely. She didn't move, didn't blink, just stood there. Some believed she was a spirit connected to the university, lingering for a reason only she knew. Others feared she had a different purpose, something far more unsettling. Lurking above. A camper was resting in his tent when strange noises woke him up in the middle of the night. The sound wasn't coming from the ground. It was above him. He looked up and froze. Sitting on the branches above his camp was a pale, bald figure with glowing eyes. It shifted constantly, making it hard to focus on. But one thing was clear. It wasn't human. It was the Rake, watching him from the darkness, waiting for the right moment. Every time he thought he had a clear view, it moved again, staying just out of sight. He knew one thing for sure. If he didn't run away, things could have ended differently. glowing eyes. A group of friends was heading home late at night when they spotted something unusual in the distance. Two glowing eyes staring back at them. At first, they ignored it, thinking it was nothing, but an uneasy feeling crept in. They stopped the car and pulled out a camera, zooming in to get a better look. That's when it moved. A pale figure peeked out from behind a tree, its shape unlike anything human. It was a cryptid. The realization hit them all at once. Without hesitation, they turned the car around and decided to leave, knowing they had seen something they were never meant to. Horned stalker. A local was walking through the woods when he noticed someone staring at him from behind the trees. Two sharp horns rose from its head, and its glowing eyes locked onto him. It didn't move, didn't make a sound, just stared. He was scared. Whatever it was, it wasn't human. He didn't wait to find out if it was a chupacabra or something worse. He turned and ran, leaving the weird figure behind. Luckily, his camera captured everything, but even after watching the footage, the question remained, what did he really see in those woods? Phantom lights. In the Black Forest area of Colorado, a farmer kept noticing strange lights flickering around his property. At first, he ignored them, but they kept returning, always in the same spot. Determined to find the source, he started recording. One night, while walking his land, his flashlight landed on something that made his breath catch. A gray-skinned figure with an oversized skull stood motionless in the darkness. Its hollow eyes seemed to pierce right through him. It wasn't human. The farmer didn't wait. He turned and left, never stepping near that spot again.
Now this...
Real ghoul. One night, a homeowner in a quiet neighborhood heard strange whispers drifting from his window. As he approached, unease crept in. When he pulled back the curtain, he found himself staring into the glowing white eyes of a nightmare. Pale, rotting skin stretched over its face, and jagged teeth twisted into an unnatural grin. It didn't move. It didn't blink. The thing behind the fence was no ordinary being. It was the Whisper Ghoul, a cryptid said to mimic human voices to lure people closer. That night, as its eerie gaze locked onto him, one thing was certain: he wasn't alone. Window figure. A video surfaced online that left viewers unsettled. A strange figure stood outside a window, a small gray humanoid with an oversized head. The uploader claimed it was proof of alien life, but not everyone agreed. Some saw a clever hoax, while others believed it was something the government didn't want people to know about. The footage was grainy, but the weird shape was hard to ignore. As debate spread, theories grew. Was it a visitor from another world? The truth remained unknown, but the sight of it was enough to scare people. Vanishing face.
I don't think that's right because I literally could hear it swooping across.
A camper was asleep in his tent when strange voices pulled him awake. Stepping outside, he saw nothing, so he grabbed his camera to document the eerie night. As he spoke, something happened behind him. A pale white face appeared almost like a clown, but before the camera turned, it vanished. It wasn't gone for long. The face flickered back into view, closer this time, before disappearing again. At the time, he had no idea. But when he reviewed the footage later, a chill ran down his spine. If he had seen it at that moment, things might have taken a terrifying turn.
Hear it swooping across.
Jungle encounter. A chilling video surfaced online, leaving viewers uneasy. Filmed deep in the Peruvian jungle in 2018, it showed a tall, pale figure weaving between the trees. Its oversized head, thin limbs, and unnatural movements matched countless descriptions of the so-called Greys. The person filming hid behind the foliage, too afraid to get closer. The footage was grainy, making it impossible to confirm what was caught on camera. Some were convinced it was real proof of extraterrestrial life, while skeptics called it an elaborate hoax. But one thing stood out. Whatever it was, it didn't belong in that jungle. forest stalker. A group of friends wandered through the woods, unaware of what was waiting for them. The forest was silent, an endless stretch of trees and darkness. It felt empty until it didn't. As they moved forward, a pale figure slipped between the trees. It didn't rush them or make a sound. Instead, it lingered just far enough to stay unseen. Those who know the stories understand what that means. The rake doesn't always attack right away. It watches, it waits, and when the time is right, it strikes. They made the right choice. They turned back before finding out what it had planned. Appalachian figure. A creepy video surfaced online, filmed deep in the Appalachian Mountains at night. A local had been hearing strange noises echoing through the trees. Nervous but determined, he kept filming, trying to make sense of it. Then, something stepped into view. A tall, pale figure with hollow eyes and an unnaturally thin frame. Its limbs bent in ways that didn't seem possible. The man froze. The footage cut off abruptly, leaving nothing but questions. Had he just come face to face with the infamous rake? Whatever happened next, the video was never revealed. Roadside watcher. As these friends crossed a road through the woods, they spotted someone in the distance. At first, it looked like just another person, but something felt wrong. The figure had a human shape, but something was off. It stood completely still, covered in white, making no movement at all. Maybe it was some weirdo, or maybe something worse. A skinwalker, perhaps. Whatever it was, they weren't about to stick around. Without hesitation, they kept walking, never looking back. Some things are better left alone, especially when you don't know what you're dealing with. Tree perch horror. A man stared out his window late at night when something caught his eye. Perched on top of a broken tree, something sat motionless. Its shape was humanoid, but its face was all wrong. Unnatural. At first, he was just shocked, his brain refusing to process what he was seeing. Then, the stories came rushing back. A cryptid was rumored to lurk in the neighborhood, but he had never believed it, until now. Now, he's the one warning people to watch the treetops at night. Lake of Nightmares. Lakes aren't always peaceful. Some leave you with nightmares. That's exactly what happened to this man. He was by a quiet lake in the woods, enjoying the scenery when something unexpected happened. From the bottom of the water, a long, skinny figure emerged, its oversized skull making it clear this wasn't human. Before he could even react, another one surfaced. It was no mistake. They were here. They had been watching. Maybe all those stories were true after all. Wendigo's Lair. A chilling video surfaced on YouTube in 2013, capturing a group of boys exploring an abandoned house deep in the woods. At first, the place seemed empty, just another forgotten ruin. But as they were leaving, something appeared. From the main door, a humanoid figure peeked at them. Panic set in, and they bolted up to the top floor. That's where the footage ended. If you look closely, the creature had the features of a Wendigo, the legendary being known for its insatiable hunger. Strangely, those boys were never heard from again. Whatever happened that night, only Wendigo knows. Tree Stalker. In 2021, deep in the Siberian wilderness, a hunter was tracking prey when he noticed movement up ahead. He crept forward, expecting an animal, but what he found was something else entirely. A black figure perched on a tree branch, its glowing white eyes locked onto him. The moment their eyes met, fear gripped him. He knew better than to get any closer. Without hesitation, he turned and left the area as fast as he could. Some believe he had a run-in with a cryptid, a creature that watches from the shadows, waiting for those who wander too far. Red Light Stalker.
What the f***? Holy shit!
A homeowner was fast asleep when strange noises pulled her awake. She stepped onto her balcony, and that's when she saw it. A figure crouched behind the bushes, holding a red light that flickered like it was trying to aim at her. A strange dizziness washed over her, like something was pulling her in. Mustering her courage, she stepped outside.
Way. Fuck.
But the figure had vanished, yet the moment she returned indoors, it reappeared, the red light glowing once again. Was it a cryptid? An alien? And why was it using that light? Whatever it wasn't done watching her.
No fucking way. No fucking way.
Fisherman's encounter. In Kerala, India, a group of fishermen set out for a routine trip to a lake deep in the woods. But their journey took an eerie turn when they spotted something unusual standing motionless in the distance. It wasn't human, nor any animal they recognized. Its shape was unnatural, its presence unsettling. An alien. Overwhelmed by shock, they quickly grabbed their camera, capturing what they believed was undeniable proof of extraterrestrial life. For years, debates raged about whether they were among us. But if this footage was real, it meant they weren't just watching. They were already here. Shadow Watcher. A chilling video surfaced online, filmed by a group of friends camping near an abandoned building in the remote Canadian wilderness. As they sat around their fire, a strange noise echoed from inside. They hesitated, but grabbed a flashlight and went to investigate. When the beam swept past an open doorway, a pale figure with hollow eyes peered out, then disappeared into the darkness. Alarmed, they searched the building, but whatever was there had vanished. The eerie footage sent shivers down viewers' spines, its resemblance to the Rake legend sparking fear. If the stories were true, they were lucky to have made it out. Ruins Terror. A photographer ventured into the ruins of an old recreation center, eager to capture its eerie beauty. But his peaceful exploration turned into a nightmare when something terrifying emerged from the shadows. A towering humanoid figure, its form grotesque and unnatural, stepped into view. Then, with a guttural growl, it lunged toward him. Instinct kicked in. He turned and ran, his heart pounding, knowing he had just encountered something beyond explanation. He never returned to that place, convinced that some ruins hold more than just history. Some are home to things that should never be disturbed. Desert Gnome. After a long day on safari, a group of friends were preparing to leave when they noticed movement near their car. A flashlight revealed something peeking from behind a rock. Expecting an animal, they watched closely, waiting for it to move. When it finally revealed itself, they were stunned. It was no child, but a small humanoid creature. A gnome. In European folklore, gnomes are said to guard hidden treasures and underground minerals. The discovery left them questioning. Was something valuable buried beneath the sands they had just explored? Fabricated footage. In February 2025, a mysterious video surfaced online, sending shockwaves across the internet. It showed what looked like an examination of a small humanoid creature. Its skin, its unnatural features, everything about it defied explanation. Uploaded anonymously, rumors spread that it was leaked from a classified government facility. Some called it the ultimate proof of extraterrestrial life, while skeptics insisted it was a hoax. No official statement, but this is 100% fake. Moving corpse. They came searching for treasure, but they might have awakened something far older and far more terrifying. Grave robbers in Nazca, Peru, expected riches when they raided an ancient cave, but what they found was something no amount of gold could prepare them for. As they dug through the tomb, they uncovered a strange blue, human-like figure. At first, it seemed lifeless, but then its fingers twitched, its hand moved. panic set in. The robbers froze, watching in horror as the body they had disturbed showed signs of life. Without a second thought, they dropped everything and ran, leaving their tools behind. Experimental remains. A group of friends was exploring a remote area of the woods when they spotted something in the distance. As they got closer, they realized it was a decayed creature that had been there for a long time. But its appearance was pretty odd. It had large nails, a weird shape, and an unsettling resemblance to the infamous chupacabra, the creature known for preying on animals. This time, however, it seemed like the predator had become the prey. Brazilian extraterrestrial. This mysterious carcass was found in Itajuba, Brazil. A local was wandering through the mountain trails when he came across a sight he would never forget. Lying on the ground was a gray being with large black eyes. It wasn't resting. It had been lifeless for some time, its body slightly decayed. The sight left him shocked. An alien right here in Brazil? How did it end up in these mountains? Was it left behind? No one had answers, but one thing was clear. These woods would never be the same again. Peruvian crash anomaly. In January 1974, something collided with the Andean mountains of Peru. Witnesses claimed it was an unidentified flying object, but military authorities denied everything. However, before they arrived, locals had already taken something valuable from the site. 33 years later, a group of researchers explored the area, hoping to uncover the truth. What they found wasn't debris, it was a body. And not just anybody, but one that wasn't human. As they investigated further, they realized the crash and this being were connected. Whatever had fallen from the sky that night wasn't just an object. It carried something not of this world. It was an alien that never made it out of this world. Texas encounter. On July 24th, 2024, a group of teenage explorers ventured into an abandoned property in Texas, unaware of what lurked inside. As they wandered through the crumbling halls, a strange noise came from behind a closed door. Curiosity got the best of them. They hesitated, then slowly pushed it open. That's when something lunged. A towering alien-like creature, its long gray arms stretching forward, its hollow black eyes locked onto them. A deep, unnatural growl filled the air. One boy barely dodged its grasp before they all bolted. Thankfully, the barricaded door held, keeping whatever it was trapped inside. They didn't stick around to find out more. Bridge dweller. A man crossing a secluded bridge in the woods noticed movement in the stream below. At first, it looked like a person, but something felt wrong. It was too thin, its limbs too unnatural. The more he stared, the clearer it became. This wasn't human. A rake, maybe even an alien. The moment it noticed him, it bolted, disappearing behind the bridge walls. A chilling thought crossed his mind. What if it wasn't alone? What if an entire colony of these things was hiding beneath the bridge, waiting for the right moment to strike? Forest stalker. A man was about to fall asleep when something outside caught his eye. From the dark woods, a figure stood, staring. He grabbed his flashlight, aiming it toward the trees. The figure didn't move. For a moment, silence. Then it rushed toward him, bold, humanoid, crawling unnaturally, just like a rake. Panic took over, but at least he was safe inside. That is, until he realized something terrifying. If it wanted in, what was stopping it? Lost visitor. A strange video has been making rounds online, leaving viewers speechless. In the footage, tourists exploring a dense forest stumbled upon a decayed body. At first glance, it looked human, but it wasn't. The shape, the features, everything pointed to something extraterrestrial. The way it lay there, lifeless and forgotten, raised questions. Did it collide here? Was it left behind? One thing was certain, it never made it back to its planet. Instead, it remained here as a silent mystery in the woods forever. Glowing eyes.
Kawan baru na. Woi, lagi santai.
A man was walking home late at night when he passed an old abandoned house. Something about it felt eerie, yet curiosity pulled him closer. Why had it been left to rot? As he neared the fence, he froze. Someone was standing in the darkness. Red glowing eyes, long black hair, draped in white. It wasn't human. It was a ghost, silently watching, waiting. He didn't need to know what it wanted. Its reputation was enough. If he made it out, one thing was certain. He'd regret ever stopping.
Dapat kawan baru na.
And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. A leaked video spread across social media showing military officers surrounding something on the ground. Its elongated limbs, pale, smooth skin, and large black eyes made it clear it wasn't human. Motionless, it lay there, its origin unknown. No details came with the footage, but theories exploded online. Some believed it had crash-landed, while others whispered of secret experiments gone wrong. The military's silence only made it worse. Then, just as abruptly as it appeared, the video vanished. But the questions remained. What had they really found? And where was it now? Let me know in the comments, and till we meet again. Thank you.